Hey my friends, how's it going? It's Ultimus, and today we're going to be taking a look at and talking about Ana, the new Overwatch hero. Lore-wise, a little bit of background: she was one of the founding members of Overwatch, and she is Pharah's mother. Um, Overall, a very cool character design, I'm not going to lie. Mechanically, functionality, and even design. She's one of the few characters, I think, with skins that I actually like all of them. I like most skins more or less for all characters, but I can usually point out at least one or two from every character that I'm like, I'm either neutral about or I just don't actually like. But Ana's very very much in love with all of her skins, from her different colorations to the different suit she has on with the cool looking little face mask that matches, of course, her rifle. And then, of course, her original Overwatch character skin, where you can see her face, and she has her cool little beret hat on, which is pretty spiffy to me. Very cool character design. Let's go over some stats really quick before we get into some of the gameplay stuff. She is she is listed as a support character, but she also is a damage dealer, a little bit of a defense hero as well. Very cool that she's able to fill both of those roles. Her damage, or her bullets I should say, do damage and healing at the same time. If you hit an enemy, they do damage. If you hit a friendly, they heal. So that means you can't shoot through friendlies anymore, in the sense of like Widowmaker or Hanzo be able to kind of shoot through and take advantage of that. You have to be very precise with her. Like, you have to kind of know what you're hitting, or at least be okay with hitting one or the other. So that is very, very interesting. Her damage and healing are both over time effects. They do stack up and go pretty rapidly, so there's that. Of course, Overwatch is a very fast-paced game. We couldn't have HOTS like we do in WoW, where they go over the course of 12, 13 seconds or whatever it is. It just wouldn't work out. Damage is dealt way too quickly. Her left shift ability is a very nifty ability. It is a sleep dart, lasts for 6 seconds, which is a long time in Overwatch. If you really want to get down to it, like 6 seconds can be forever, and 6 seconds can change a game. It is immediately broken once damage is dealt to the target that has been put to sleep, but it is an excellent way to shut down an ultimate. You see someone coming in with an ultimate, if you can skill shot it, it is excellent. It is not, of course, a just aim and pull the trigger and then you're going to make contact. It is a projectile, so there's a travel time, and there, of course, you have to hit the target. So definitely one of these characters I can see people being able to not be very good at, but then people who are good at it do very well at it. I'm personally very excited about the character because she fills two roles for me that I want to be able to play. I have yet to find a support hero that I really, really care for. The only one I actually enjoy playing really is Mercy, and then occasionally Symmetra, but very rarely do I play either of those. And I really haven't found a sniper that I love. Like, Hanzo's fun and Widowmaker's fun, and I see the purpose of both of them, and I think I have a little more fun with Hanzo, personally, but I'm not, like, in love with his character and playstyle. So if, for me personally, if I can get good at Ana, this will be just a wonderful, wonderful thing. But I digress. Next to talk about her abilities, of course, as you just saw thrown there, was a healing grenade. You chuck that, lob it, and it does have a travel time. So the cool thing about that is, of course, you can throw it, and it will, of course, not land right in front of you, but you can actually throw it in specific locations if you need to help a team member out. And it does heal. Not sure what the amount it heals for over time, but it does heal, and it heals pretty much instantly, which is kind of nice. It is basically what's going to help kind of keep you alive as people are hunting you down, dropping that at your feet. And of course, you can defensively use the dart as well, but a lot of times when you're running away from someone, being able to just heal yourself instantaneously is quite nice. And it does heal all allies, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember seeing it operate correctly. Now, let's talk about her ultimate. Her ultimate is actually very, very cool, and this is kind of where more of her support role is filled in an instantaneous type of way. Basically, it's basically like a giant nanobot buff, is how it's described. And what it does is it buffs the attack, defense, and speed of the ally. This, however, is not a skill shot, which is quite nice. Once you have it charged up, you basically point your crosshairs at whatever ally you want to use it on, and it acknowledges that you have that target selected, like just like that. And as you can see, they are now glowing bright blue. They've got your buff on, and it lasts for about 10-12 seconds or so, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, it's very effective on characters such as Reinhardt. I found it to be the most effective so far on characters like Genji, and I'm not just saying that because I play Genji. I'm saying it because it's true. Tracers, it's very, very deadly on, and Soldier 76s have been some of the most effective that I've seen it on. It's good on all characters, of course, because damage is damage no matter who you are. And, of course, someone like a Pharaoh or a Junkrat who's already doing a ton of damage as it is with that already is just going to be, you know, hell on wheels, essentially. But so far, what I've seen most effective being on Tracer, Genji, and Reinhardt and Soldier 76, which is pretty cool. So she fills some pretty big shoes. She's one of the few characters that can actually fulfill 2 roles much like this in the way that she does. I see Ana as being one of those characters that if you're good with her, you can literally change the tide of a game in an instant. Now, of course, everybody has that ability, which is what's cool about Overwatch, but specifically with Ana, being able to switch between healing and doing damage literally in an instant without even having to switch a weapon mode, anything like that. Like if your bullet hits an enemy, it's doing damage, and if your bullet hits a friendly, it's healing them. For something to happen that quick is intense. Like everything else kind of has more of a cooldown because it has to do a switch over and all this kind of stuff like that. But with Ana, or Ana I should say appropriately, it's just very quick. It's very instantaneous, which to me is huge. I like the playstyle a lot. She is a lot of fun to play, guys. I am not going to even pretend she's not. She is a lot of fun to play. Being able to do so much and actually offer so much to my team is really cool. It really makes me want to get used to her and actually learn to play her. And if you're on the beta, or not the beta, but I suppose the PTR right now, literally you're going to run into teams with almost nothing but Anas. I was lucky enough to get a team here that was not running all Anas, which helped us out a lot. But it's kind of fun. Also calling her Nana, because she's the game mom. She's Overwatch mom. She's Farrah's mom. Her lines and flavor text are hilarious. So far, my favorite one is where she basically tells you to take your medicine. It's kind of cute. It's adorable. It's total mom mode, which again fits her character so perfectly. But yeah, being able to bring so much to the table, support, damage, survivability, that kind of stuff like that, just being able to help your team out on the fly, I think is invaluable, and I think you're going to see her do very well with teams with, you know, members like Genji, Tracer, all that stuff. Not extremely mobile, which is one of her weaknesses, of course, for balance's sake. Since Tracers and Genjis are going to be are still your major, you know, healer and support shutters, shutterdowners. I don't even, why was I trying to say that word? The main characters are going to be shutting down your support heroes. Don't know why that was so hard to say. It makes sense that they would still have an edge on someone like Ana. However, what's interesting is that, at least in my experience goofing around in the PTR, most people aren't necessarily running around with full health. So what's kind of cool is if you got a Genji or a Tracer chasing you, if you're able to actually get off a shot on them, you might be able to kill them because of how effective that dot is. And her melee attack still is quite formidable. So if you think about it, you're going to do about 75 to 80 points of damage or so with one dart, which is pretty spiffy. Follow that up with a melee attack, and that's just enough to kill a lot of heroes between that damage alone. So it's cool to see the balancing still in effect, where yeah, there are certain heroes that are designed to take down characters like Ana. She's still able to actually defend herself, plus with her healing thing, if you're able to land the sleeping dart, even better. But she has no double jump, she has no speedy runs, she has no grappling hooks, nothing like that to get away. So you really have to rely on your own placement, own positioning, and tactics. And of course, much like any other support, you really are going to be reliant on your team that's around you. If you have a good structured team and one you can communicate with and one you are just jiving with, to where you know who to buff, and they're actually taking care of you, things like that, it can be a very deadly composition. I could see Mercy and her doing very well together. And I might be completely wrong because I don't necessarily understand the high-end meta, but I just see that being a very effective thing. And this Pharaoh just continues to head on to me later. She ran around everybody to come find me. Swear, man, mommy issues, dude. But I'm actually looking forward to this character's release on live. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to see, of course, a lot of people playing her when she drops because she's new. But I'm really looking forward to playing with people who are very good with her. So that being said, I'm very excited because again, she fills those 2 roles for me that I really want to get good at. So if I can do both at the same time, why the heck not? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Those are my thoughts on the character. Like I said, a lot of fun, and I honestly, I don't even really think she needs much tweaking. She feels pretty balanced already as it is, if I'm being completely honest. I know things are still PTR, and we'll probably see her go live in a week or two, which is exciting because, again, all the Overwatch, add-ons and stuff and extras, characters and things like that are free. So we're not having to pay an extra 10, 20 bucks or so they're just going to be added to the game, which I love. Makes dropping the extra money on Overwatch when you really can't afford a whole lot of extra games worth it. Oh, there we go. Hold on. Sidetrack. We saw that little healing grenade heal us for 100 points. So there we go. Now we have some confirmation. Anyways, yeah, so about a week or two, I would imagine. She does feel very, very balanced. I can't imagine she'll be tweaked a whole lot. We might need to see some other characters tweaked a little bit, and what I mean by that is to help balance out her ultimate. Because, again, since her ultimate does so much to buff you, boost you, all that stuff, we might need to see some buffs and nerfs to other characters' ultimates or damage in general, just to keep things fair. But her as a character, mechanically, she feels very, very balanced already, which is kind of exciting to me. Just in this scene alone right here, where we're trying to fight on for our lives, like, I was actually quite surprised at how long I survived. She can be quite tanky if you time your Healy bombs right, which is kind of cool. This game came so close. I thought for sure we were gonna lose this. Not gonna lie, but it was so much fun. So honestly, probably some of the most fun I've had on a character since Genji. Genji just tends to be my favorite. Genji's my ride or die. Genji is the most fun I'll have in Overwatch. I just have more fun with him than any other hero, even if I'm, switching around and trying to help the team out to secure victory. Genji, Pharah's pretty fun as well, but Ana is a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to playing some more games and checking her out and seeing how good I can get with her. But that's pretty much going to do it for this video, guys. Sharing my thoughts on it, what you could expect. Hopefully you guys can hop on the PTR as well. It's free. Just download it in your Battle.net client. It takes about 6.5 gigs. Yeah, feel free to download it, try her out, check her out. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to let me know in the comment section below or by hitting the like button. But that's going to do it for me, guys. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.